Hi everyone, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window. I am so happy you tuned in and wanted to quilt with me. Guess what? It's month number 2 for our block of the month, Lady Tulip. I am so excited for you guys. We're gonna be making block 4, 5 and 6 today. This is so much fun. If you're just joining us in, we are working on a block of the month project. The project is the Lady Tulip album quilt. You can get the pattern on our website if you would like to. And we have beautiful bundles like Fat 8 bundles, half yard bundles from Lady Tulip. Let me show you that. Isn't it beautiful? And you can join us in and just do the blocks with us as we're going through the program. A lot of you guys are beautifully signed up with us and receiving right now the pre-cut blocks or the regular blocks. I'm gonna work with my pre-cut pieces. So on my table I have everything pre-cut, and everybody that signed up for the block of the month, they're receiving a beautiful pattern where it shows them exactly how to cut the fabrics and everything that you need. So I'm glad you are here. Let's start. It's our block number 4, and all the blocks we make 3 times. So block 4 we make 3 of them, block 5 we make 3 of them, block 6 we make 3 of them. So let's start with block number 4. It starts with a very cute little small unit. It's a 4-patch. We have 2 dark pieces and 2 light pieces. Those are squares, and all the directions for cutting are in the pattern. I'm using the pre-cut kit, so I'm not cutting right now, and I love the pre-cut pieces because they're so accurate and so fun. I'm gonna place light and a dark together and sew it. I'm gonna do that with this 2 pieces, light and a dark together, and then sew it. I have some pieces already prepared right here, and I'm gonna do chain sewing because I need a lot of those little 4 patches for the corners. So I'm gonna do some chain sewing. As soon as I finish chain sewing, I'm gonna clip the pieces apart just like this, and I like to finger press, gently finger press, especially where those pieces are small. I don't want to over press it. As soon as I have 2 sets like this, I'm gonna rotate one of them. I'm gonna place it right sides together. Beautiful. I'm gonna lock the seam, match the seam right here, lock it. I'm gonna grab a pin it in place, and I'm gonna go ahead and stitch. As soon as I stitch, look at this, I can open this up and I have a beautiful 4-patch, and in the back all that I have to do is just pull it apart like this to get a really cute opening right there and a cute little square right there. So all my seams are laying in the same direction following, and all that I have to do is just press it. I'm going to repeat this 4 times for 1 block, and I have to make 3 of those block 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. We're gonna need 12 cute little 4 patches. Look at them. Cute little 4 patches. Open it up just like I told you. Open it in the back. Look at this. And now it's gonna be time to press and check the size in the pattern. Every time you finish a unit, I have the right sizes for you. So check if this is 2.5 by 2.5, so that way it fits perfectly into your block. As soon as you finish the little patches, we're gonna do a second unit, what it's half square triangle unit. And for this unit, all that I'm gonna do is take 2 triangles, 1 light and 1 dark, place them right sides together, and I'm gonna stitch. As soon as I finish stitching, I'm going to open it up, and this is called half square triangle unit. Look at this cute little hand pressing tool. It's really nice. And if you're pressing with the iron, remember, just place your iron down. Don't try to move too much, because what happens is some of the edges might stretch. So right here, just pressing it nice, and we're gonna repeat that also 4 times because we need 4 of those units for each side of our block. As soon as you finish all your units, let's line things up. We're gonna go ahead and start lining our block. We have our quarter square triangle units, and we have our I'm sorry, not quarter, our half square triangle units, and we have our 4-patch units. And right there, I'm gonna place our 4 patches in a corner. 4 patch in here. There is another one that is gonna go right there. Let me open that center in the back. I wish I had my iron really close to me, because then I can nicely press it for you guys so you could see it, but I don't have it at this moment. So all that I just want to show you is how I lay all my pieces. And look at this, was the 4-patch that I needed to finish it up for this corner. Remember, all the darks are going outside, and you have a beautiful spin of your half square triangles. Now notice this fabric in half square triangles have direction, so you can play with that and take some half square triangle and lay them so all the lines are going in the right way. So that's something that maybe you want to pay attention to it. As soon as you do lay out all your pieces, you're gonna sew them into rows, and we're gonna have 3 rows. Notice row 1, row 2, and row 3. We're gonna push the seam allowance in opposite direction. We're gonna push it towards the center, towards the outside. That way, when we're sewing our rows together, our seam allowance is going to look so nice. And I can't wait to show you my block. Look at how cute it is. Isn't that adorable? All that I have to do is make 2 more for a total of 3 block number 4. Yes, so as soon as you finish block number 4, now it's time for block number 5. And block number 5 is so cute. Let me bring it closer to you to see it. Look at this. This is gonna be our block number 5. And where we're gonna start? We're gonna start in the center. We're gonna have a square, and we have half square triangles that are gonna go on each side of the center square. And what we're going to do is we're gonna take a triangle, place it right sides together. And this is important. This block calls square in a square. When I make my square in a square, I'm paying attention that right here, this is nice and center. How can I figure it out the center? I can fold my square, pinch it gently to have a middle of this, and do the same thing to this triangle. And now I can match those little creases right there in the center. Take a pin it, and I'm gonna sew it on this side. Then I'm gonna go ahead, do the same thing on this side, sew it, and as soon as I finish it, I can then add the side triangle. So notice that I finish sewing the first one, then I do the same on the left and the right side, do sew those triangles, then flip it open. And I love using my cute little pressing tool for this. It is going to be beautiful. What I have learned with this unit, with the block 5, when I do my square in a square, every time I finish a unit, I go ahead and check, press it, and square it out. And this is what I did already for you guys. I have my center, I pressed it out, and I trimmed it beautifully on each side, so I can be ready, set, go to sew the next triangle round to it. Notice it. So to the center, I have sewed the next triangle, top, bottom, pin it, center it up right there, sew it left and right, press it open. As soon as you finish, again, you're gonna grab a ruler. And I loved for our blocks, I love the 6.5-inch ruler, because it's very fun and easy to just place it right over. And now I can go ahead, I'm gonna turn it this way so I can see it, and I have to follow directions in the pattern. How much are the finished measurements? I believe it was 4 3/4. Trim it out. As soon as you finish trimming that one, it's time to add the last round of triangles. And again, left, right, top and left, right, top and the bottom. And again, we're gonna press it, and all the seams are going towards the outside. And I'm paying attention that when I'm sewing my triangles, I don't accidentally sew over the points and lose them. So nice shy 1/4-inch seam allowance, I think for that one is especially important, because you do not want to lose any of your points in this beautiful block number 5. As soon as you finish your block, you're gonna go ahead, trim the edges, make sure that it's perfect, 6.5 by 6.5, and you're gonna make 2 more of them, because you're gonna need a total of 3 blocks. So we did block 4, block 5. Now we are getting ready for our last block for this month. It's block number 6. Look at how cute this one is. Oh, block number 6. I want to make a quilt with this one because it is just so cute. We're gonna start by making the units, and there are 2 units for this block, and we're gonna start with the flying geese unit. And it is important that when you place your flying geese, you pay attention to the 2 lights that you have. The one is gonna go on the left side, and the one with the little orange little square is gonna go on the right side. So this is the unit, flying geese unit, that you have to make. We're gonna start by placing the pieces right sides together, just like this. We're gonna pin it in the middle and then stitch it beautifully. And we're gonna do chain sewing because we need 4 of those flying geeses, 4 of them for each side of the block. So we need 4 for just one block. We're gonna need total 12 because we're making 3 blocks. And I like to chain sew. I like to make more than just one block at once. So right there, we're gonna stitch. As soon as you finish stitching, look at this. It is going to look beautiful right there. And some of you ask me, you know, sometimes you want to see me sew. When I do my live shows, I do sew, and I show you when I can use my sewing machine. Right here, I have everything prepared for you just to save some time for you, and so you can see it a little bit better. We're filming with a camera that it's over the top, and it's really nice to show you all the stitches and everything that I do. So if you want to see me sewing, make sure you visit our YouTube channel and watch my live shows where I do live sewing with you guys, and it's so much fun. So right there, we just open the seam up, push that seam allowance, and now I'm gonna place that second little half square triangle inline on the other side of my flying geese unit, and I'm gonna start stitching right here straight down. And as soon as I finish stitching, look at this, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and you have 2 options. You can go ahead and push the seam allowance towards the dark, and it really hides nice behind there, or you can go ahead and just open it up and push the seam allowance behind the light. There are pluses and minuses for both of them. Either way, it's gonna work. I'm pushing it this way because I wanted to show you something really cute. So as soon as you finish, you need to make 4 of them because you need 4 for the block, 1 block. And now look at this, our next unit that we're going to be making, it's made from a rectangle and 2 beautiful squares. Also the squares, one has the one light, and this one has the light with the orange little squares on it. And we're going to start by placing one of them right there on this side of the block in a corner. We're gonna draw diagonal line from this point to this point, then we're gonna stitch right on that line. As soon as you finish stitching, look at this, right there I stitched. I'm going to go ahead, grab my rotary, grab my ruler. I'm gonna place my ruler right over, stay away 1/4 inch away from the stitch line, and all that I'm going to do is just trim. As soon as I trim, I can go ahead and open this right up, open it right up just like that, and look at how pretty it is. Make sure, pay attention when you're stitching that you follow that line, that you don't go off that line, so you get a nice beautiful unit. And as soon as you do that, you're gonna go ahead and take this square, place it on the opposite side, and draw a line from this corner straight down, stitch right over. Let me show you. I have one done right here. I just stitch from here to here, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same. Place my ruler point to point, then I'm gonna go ahead, trim it. Look at this. I'm so excited because I'm moving forward and building such a lovely block, and now I'm gonna go ahead and crease this, and I am ready to assemble the unit that I need from my block. I'm gonna be making units like this. So I have my bottom unit, my flying geese unit, and now I'm gonna go ahead and place those two pieces right sides together, just like this. And notice, because I push this seam allowance towards the light, I now can lock this seam right here. Do you see how it locks, like just nests really nice? So the plus is that it's nesting. The minus is that sometimes if we do want to stitch in a ditch, we can't do it on this side because we pushed that seam this way. So you're gonna have to make a choice. Is it more important to you for the seam to nest, or for later on for quilting you want to stitch in a ditch? And I, in a pattern, push the seam allowance. I show you to push towards the dark because of wanting to quilt in a ditch, and also because the rule number one, you push your seam allowance towards the dark. But here I wanted to show you the second option, just so you choose. You can choose. It's your quilt. As soon as I finish, I'm gonna go ahead, put a pin right there, so now I can go ahead and stitch and go right through this. And also what I like, when I push my seam allowance this way, I can see that X marks the spot. What it means, the stitches are just creating like a X right here, and when I stitch I can go right through it, so that way I don't lose my point right there. I can see it really easy where to stitch, and I'm not gonna lose my point, so it comes up really nice. As soon as you finish one, go ahead and keep going, because you need 4 of them, and you're gonna go ahead now, lay out your block by just rotating your pieces around the center just like this, and follow that pattern, so that way you know exactly what to do. And next step, we're gonna grab the pieces, we're gonna place them right sides together, and again, look at how nice this is nesting right here, because you push that seam towards the dark, and this time this seam is nesting beautifully. You're gonna go ahead, sew this straight down, open it up, do the same thing on this side, sew it, flip it open, and now you have 2 rows. You sew the 2 rows together, so you can have a beautiful block like this one. And also what I did, I want to show you in the back, look at all my seams are spinning, and I was able to open that center right there, so I have a really nice flat block. And this is for this month your block number 4, 5, and 6. I am so excited, because with just a little bit of work we have learned something new, and we just finished 3 new block designs for this month. Remember, each block you have to repeat it 3 times, so that way you have a total of 9 blocks, and they're just gonna be so beautiful in your quilt. I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to see you next month for the remaining blocks, and keep going with you to create this beautiful quilt. Happy quilting!